Renegade rapper Kanye West could face a big red flag with his reported plans to visit Australia to meet the family of his new wife.
Anti-Semitism has no place in our society, and Australia shouldn't open its doors to a serial bigot. We must say no to Kanye West.
The Kardashians are concerned that Kanye West is out of control. He can't even go to his daughter's sports game without getting in trouble. And now he's under investigation for alleged battery, which doesn't help his case in Australia because they are denying Kanye entry to meet his new wife's family. So let's get into it. So people are frustrated with Kanye West, and it looks like he's frustrated back. Just the other day, he was headed to his daughter North's basketball game when he got out of his car and confronted a woman while she recorded him. He said to her, "You didn't have to run up on me like that." Then, as you guys will see, he told her, "If I say stop, stop with your cameras."
I understand.
Y'all ain't gonna run up on me like that. If I say stop,
I wasn't running.
If I say it ain't running,
I wasn't
stop with
running.
your cameras.
I know, but
Stop with
Kanye,
your
you're a
cameras.
celebrity.
As you guys could see, Kanye had zero patience for that woman, which I understand. It must be really frustrated to be followed all the time. And as you guys saw, he grabbed her phone and he chucked it. Obviously, the phone was okay because we have the video footage, but she called the police and it looks like they're going to investigate him now.
Law enforcement reportedly arrived on the scene around 4:30 p.m. where they were provided with the video clips as evidence. In a separate run-in with paparazzi on the same day, Ye explained that he felt his human rights were being violated by professional photographers on a regular basis. This latest encounter is one of the many where Ye has found himself at odds with paparazzi.
But y'all on us like it's like the feds. It's some days like a Sunday, or it's like specific days. It should be specific places where it's like there's enough celebrities out here where there needs to be places where we can go and people are not running up on us, taking a picture that we don't feel like, and then saying, "Hey, how are you doing? How's this? How's that?"
I actually agree with Kanye here. I do believe it's a human rights violation, especially because we just spoke about Britney Spears and how the paparazzis have been stalking her home for about a week because she went to a restaurant. So it must be really hard to live that way. And now Kim has to answer to all of Kanye's BS because they were once married and they shared children together. Kim Kardashian gets upset because one of these paparazzis asks her about this incident where Kanye throws this woman's phone, and now the police are calling it alleged battery.
Hi, Kim.
As you guys saw, Kim entered the building to go and see North play basketball, and it's not entirely clear if she knew about the Kanye situation at this point, but after the game was over, she definitely knew because someone asked her about it. They said, "Hey Kim, what do you think of Kanye hitting someone, aka the paparazzi's phone?" Kim quickly responds and says, "Do not talk to me about that in front of my kids." Then you can hear one of the children say, "Please leave," which sounds really unsettling because the kids sound like they're aware of what had happened and why their father probably isn't at this basketball game.
Watch out.
Coming behind you. Back up. Hey, Kim, what do you think about Kanye hitting someone at the paparazzi's phone?
Please. Do not talk to me about that.
Sorry, Kim.
It wasn't me.
That one paparazzi was like, "Oh, it wasn't me," but I mean, someone asked, and clearly one of the kids heard and were upset by it. But kudos to Kim for showing up to this game despite Kanye causing that scene. But I don't really understand why Tristan was there. Like, this disgraced man who cheated on Khloe many times, who's embarrassed her. I would be so upset if Kim was hanging out with Tristan. Like, what? Like, why are you hanging out with this man who's made me look like a fool in front of America? I don't know why Kim keeps trying to protect him, because this guy is a snake. If you have not seen my video about him, definitely go and check it out. But Kimberly stays in the press like she always does. And some of the latest articles are so stupid. Like, why is Kim and J-Lo beefing because Kim decided to crop J-Lo out of her selfie with Oprah? There's literally a whole article, a whole bunch of articles written because Kim took a picture with Oprah and J-Lo and she cropped it and wrote a little message for Oprah, which I don't think is a big deal. I mean, you can clearly tell that there's no sign of Jennifer in this, and maybe Kim just wanted to shout out Oprah. But isn't this just so stupid? Like, this seems like fake news to me, because who really cares about this? What I'm interested in is that Kanye can't go to Australia, so now he can't go and meet the family of his new wife. It looks like Kanye wants to take a trip to Australia to see his wife's family, but he's having some issues because of some of his anti-Semitic comments.
Renegade rapper Kanye West could face a big red flag with his reported plans to visit Australia to meet the family of his new wife.
So at least he's going to Australia for a good reason, because he probably should have met his wife's family by now. And it seems like they had plans to hang out in Melbourne and to see everywhere Bianca grew up. As we know, Kanye and Bianca tied the knot earlier this month, even though it isn't legal, so it's not legitimate. They supposedly had a ceremony, and it seems like they did that because Kanye is super Christian obsessed right now, and he believes he needs to marry this woman to get intimate with her. And to be honest, it doesn't really seem like anyone's happy for Kanye's marriage to Bianca. I mean, even state officials in Australia are upset. The Australian's education minister, Jason, says if Kanye does apply for a visa, it will probably get rejected. Australia has a history of turning away people with anti-Semitic beliefs. This man, Peter, who's part of the Executive Council of Australia, was quoted saying, "We've made the case that this particular individual does not meet the character test and would be in the national interest not to grant him a visa, and we said our reasons in some detail." So these Australian officials aren't going to let Kanye in, and he's definitely not getting a visa, which made me think, okay, what if they were waiting to get married officially in Australia so that Kanye could move to Australia and become a citizen there? That's why they didn't legally get married here, because here he could be 5150'd. He's being sued for millions of dollars. Maybe if he married this Australian woman and ran up to Australia, he can escape all of his baggage in America.
Rapper's history of anti-Semitic commentary,
I love Jewish people, but I also love,
has prompted calls for him to be banned from the country.
every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially.
Anti-Semitism has no place in our society, and Australia shouldn't open its doors to a serial bigot. We must say no to Kanye West.
Opposition leader Peter Dutton agrees.
His conduct and his behaviour is appalling, and he's not a person of good character, and the minister has the ability to stop somebody coming into our country.
So if I were Kanye West, I probably wouldn't even try to go to Australia. Comment below if you're Australian. Do you live in Australia? Are you currently watching this in the land down under? Explain what Australia is like, because I have no idea. But it doesn't seem like Kanye's case is getting any better, because we recently got some financial documents which show that he supported very controversial people, and they kind of go along with that anti-Semitic belief that he's been presenting. I'm not great when it comes to talking about politics, but it looks like Kanye's presidential campaign paid a bunch of money to a bunch of random sketchy people. Kanye West's presidential aspirations don't come cheap. Just ask his campaign, which paid this guy Milo tens of thousands of dollars last year, while reimbursing Nick Fuentes for a few expenses. According to an FEC filing obtained and viewed by TMZ, Kanye's 2020 official presidential committee appears to still be active, and they shelled out $40,000 to an alt-right media personality, whom Kanye recently cut ties amid his anti-Semitic spiral. The doc shows that Milo was paid $40,000 for campaign wrap-up services, with the cash getting dispersed about a week or so before Christmas. That would seem to line up with what we're seeing at the time publicly, Milo tagging along with Kanye throughout much of the fall. But that's not the end of Milo's payday, because Kanye paid him another $10,000 for a domain transfer, which is something to do with the campaign. Even though Milo has received $50,000 from Kanye, he claims that Kanye owes him more. He's saying that Kanye owes him $116,000 for campaign consulting. But TMZ claims that their Kanye sources said nothing was ever in writing, so Kanye doesn't actually owe this to this guy because maybe they verbally agreed on it and they didn't do a contract, which is stupid. Now that we have his FEC filings, we also see that this guy, Nick Fuentes, who I don't know much about this guy, but supposedly he's controversial, but he was paid back by the campaign for travel costs, about $14,000, which you may remember there was this video of Nick and Kanye going to Trump's office, which went viral.
Wait, that's Kanye? Yo.
It looks like Kanye is still running for president in 2024. He's received 0 donations, which is a big part of a political campaign, but he's been spending money on his campaign. He supposedly spent $142,000 in 2022, but again, he hasn't brought any money in, so he's just spending his personal money to, I guess, eventually run for president. But at this point, it doesn't seem like that's the best move for Kanye, especially with everyone in the media trying to discredit him and make him seem like the bad guy. I do not agree with a lot of what he said, but at the same time, I see this man fighting with paparazzi, defending Britney Spears, and it's just like, I just feel like there's two sides to a story, and I don't know what's going on there with some of these comments, the anti-Semitic stuff, because I'm like, wait, what? But at the same time, I recognize the media is evil and they will villainize whoever they can to get some attention. But I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. Here's my email if you have any other video ideas for me. Let's go ahead and open this P.O. Box package item. I've been looking at this pink package and I am so excited to check it out. So it looks like it's from Miracle Payne, and they are in the Midwest. Dear Sloan, I am Mira Payne, and I run a business from home, so I can also be a full-time mom. I've been waiting to make something for you for a while, and while watching you open the ring in the P.O. Box mail for that episode, you mentioned rings are hard for you to find. Oh, okay. So you watched a video where I was opening a ring, and rings are pretty hard to find because I've got big fingers. I made you one out of wire. I shaped it to size 11 with an adjustable ring band. Oh my gosh, thank you. That is so sweet. Oh my gosh, Myra, that is so, I love that. So there's a ring in here and it looks like there's some charm and a necklace. So I will list everything below. They've got a cute little like card right here with their socials and everything, so I will list it all. So right here we have the ring, which fits me perfectly. Again, like my fingers are like huge, so like also my thumb, you guys know my thumbnail cracked in half. Oh, it's so tragic. We've also got a cute sticker right here. It looks like it's maybe part of their logo. Then we've got this really pretty like rainbowy necklace. See, wow, I'm like a beauty guru person. Jaclyn Hill. Do people hate Jaclyn Hill still? And then right here we have this really cute charm, which I'm gonna put on my keys. I love this, so cute. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the thoughtful letter, and this ring is like perfect, so thank you for being so thoughtful, and I'll list everything below. And until next time, I'll see you guys in a new video soon. Bye guys.